like I always encourage on this platform that when you as an executive or the head of a brand or a director in the organization, that when you start communicating with your personal brand and people can actually relate to your personal brand, it makes people more confident in whatever it is you're selling. So I remember, again, based on a true life story. So I remember when I used to be the head of a radio station here in Nigeria. And at the time when I took over, the station used to have a lot of technical difficulties. So there was a time we actually, honestly, thinking about it in retrospect, some of those days felt like it was the witches in my village, was a lie. It was not the witches in my village. We just had lots of technical difficulties. Some of our equipment were old and whatnot. But that's not the point. The point is this. So there was a particular time, it was rainy season. Anybody who's run a radio station in Nigeria before will tell you that rainy season is usually a nightmare. And our transmitter got fried by lightning, right? Don't ask me how it happened. It sure happened. Now, when it happened, it took us about a week to get it restored for many reasons. We got it restored. Boom. I will never forget, in the evening, I was in my office. Boss, everything is working now. Oh, good to go. If I wanted to eat, and then I think a few hours later, another rainfall happened. Don't even mention which is in my village. Another rain just fell, boom. And the same transmitter got fried. Now, remember, we're off air for 1 year. I said 1 year, 1 week. We're off for 1 week, and then we just got back. Happy to call each customer and tell them, oh, sorry that your advert couldn't go at such and such time. Now we're back on air, we're back in business, and then few hours later, boom, transmitter fried again. I sat in my office that day, and I was thinking, what can I do? First of all, money has to be spent. We didn't have a lot of it. The other part is the fact that there were customers who had products that they were going to sell, and they paid money to us to run their ads. What did I do? I told the head of marketing, I said, get me the contact and names of all the customers that were affected by the 1 week outage. All right. And I picked up the phone and I called each of them. Hello, good morning or good afternoon, good night, whatever it is. I am such and such person. I'm the general manager. I'm the head of station of such and such station. We apologize. First of all, thank you for giving us your money. Thank you for trusting us with your ad. But we apologize. This and this happened. I didn't need to go into too many details anyway. They were just excited to hear from the general manager, from the head of station. Trust me, not one client was mad, especially after I said, oh, you paid for such and such number of spots of adverts. Don't worry, I'll throw in 2 extra in there. Just talk to the marketer and then, they'll make it happen. Of course, I had to give a few extra spots. Oh, you paid for 20 spots. You paid for 50 spots. Take 5 extra. Take 3 extra. And all of that. But the bottom line is, those people were very excited that the general manager, the head of station, imagine how many phone calls I had to make. Thought it wise, thought them important to pick up the phone and call them by himself. Not that they're just hearing from a marketer or one of the presenters and whatnot. So you don't know how much disservice you as the head of your brand, you as the owner of that organization, you as the executive do yourself when you hide behind and you say, no, I don't want to be visible, I don't want to be seen, and things like that. People get more confident in your brand when they see you more often. And of course, they can relate with you and then of course with your brand. My name is Mr. Speaker, and I endorse this message.